Hello my ghouls and goblins, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be trying out a full face of LYS Beauty, otherwise known as Love Yourself Beauty. This is a more affordable brand. You know, affordable is subjective, but this is one of the lesser expensive brands at Sephora. You can also buy it on their standalone website, which is where I got this stuff. They currently have a bunch of bundles of a lot of their products for a pretty big discount. I got basically a full face. They were sold out of the concealer, so unfortunately I didn't get that, for under $100. Incredible deal. This is a cruelty-free Black woman-owned company. Their products have a lot of skincare ingredients in them. Their foundation, in fact, is a serum foundation. They tout themselves as a clean beauty company. They've been around for a year or two now. I've seen some of my other favorite YouTubers that I watch try their products. I myself, at the time of their release, was not super interested in their products because I wasn't super, I keep using the word super. I wasn't really into cream products, which is the basis of a lot of their products. They have liquid highlighter, cream blush, cream bronzer, but they also have powdered versions of, at least I know, the highlighter and the bronzer. I do have both cream and powder bronzer from them in this bundle. But in the past year or so, I've gotten really into using cream products and serum-y products. My skin is drying out a little bit more, and it's winter, so of course things are going to be a little bit more dry anyway. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of found that my skin has gone from oily as a teen to combination now, and then leaning more towards dry nowadays. But I should have just about a full face here. I don't have a primer, so I'm not going to be using a primer today. I hope to do a kind of wear test with a lot of these products. Typically, if a brand has an entire face of products, the hope is that they all mesh well together, so that's why I feel okay trying a bunch of new products at one time since they're all from the same brand. Butterscotch, do we need to leave a little bit? Do you think so? 1 minute. Watch her come back in like 5 seconds, meowing outside the door. So, and as I mentioned before, I also don't have the concealer and I don't have any of the other powder products besides the powder bronzer. So they have a setting powder and a powder highlighter that I don't have. I don't know if they have powder blush. I kind of feel like they mostly are focusing on cream blush because that's having a moment nowadays. So if you're excited to follow me throughout the day, we're going to IKEA and having kind of a late lunch date. And to see how these products wear on my face, then just keep watching. All right, let's open this up here. All right, so we're gonna be obviously starting with the foundation. Let me pull all of these products out of here. This whole line, I'm curious if there's a reason behind it or if it was just a marketing choice, but everything is triangular, pyramid kind of shape. Not pyramid, what's it called? Oh my god, I need to go back to fucking geometry school, geometry class. It's not a pyramid, but it's like a triangular prism, maybe that's the right term. Whatever. But everything is triangular shaped. Like even this is their liquid highlighter, their glossy lip treatment oil, also triangular. These are all triangles. I think that's really cute. Even the box, I was really impressed with this because I feel like having specialized boxes for your products has gotta be expensive, but maybe they did it just for the bundle deals that I got. The box that they shipped in was also a triangle, which I think that's really cute. This is a weird thing to say, but I have a favorite shape. I don't know if anybody else would have that. It is the hexagon. I love that kind of honeycomb aesthetic. So I feel like if I had a brand, that would be looped in there somewhere, and I think it's really cool that it's unique. I haven't really seen a brand that has done like one shape consistently in all of their products. I think it's kind of cool. So if I made a makeup brand, maybe some way, or products or something, I would incorporate some sort of honeycomb hexagonal shape, regardless. So like I said earlier, I don't have a primer on my face. I'm not going to prime. I kind of want to see how this foundation wears on its own. Probably the next time I'll wear it, if all goes well today, I will use a primer that I know I like. So it might be the Cover FX Gripping Primer or the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer next time. But I wanted to see how this wears on its own. This is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation in the shade LG3. I have both a sponge and a brush here. I cleaned all of my brushes last night because I wanted to give all these products a fair test. But this is in the shade LG3. I was taking their shade match quiz and they tried to keep matching me with LN3, LY3, which I think is the shade that I tried to get the concealer in, but of course it was sold out, which is fine. But I found like my face might be a little pink, but my undertone, like on my neck and then on my skin, I'm Black Irish. And so what that means is that like my undertone is a little bit more yellow and russet-y. I know it might not look like that on the camera right now. For example, my dad, when he tans, like in the summer, he gets this beautiful red russety undertone, and my dad has pitch black hair. And he's the one that I get my Black Irishness from, thus my thick eyebrows, which I didn't pluck. Like I said I was going to before this video, to myself, god damn it. Now I shade matched this online, so hopefully it matches okay. I tried to wear something that kind of didn't go quite up all the way to my neck, but so if it doesn't match, it's not going to be as stark as if I were wearing like a tank top or an open chest item. This is in the shade LG3. I'm going to try, I think, both a damp sponge and a makeup brush, probably half and half, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see if this is a good shade match first. I've had these for a couple weeks now, and I've been waiting to film before using them, and I've been really wanting to use them, but this is the thing that I'm the most nervous about. Okay, yeah, that might be a little yellow. Maybe LN3 would have been good, but let me swatch this next to my favorite of all time foundation. It's the Urban Decay Stay Naked Skin. And this is in the shade 31NN. So this one is neutral. So maybe I should have gone with the neutral. Maybe they were right, because this one is a little bit pinker undertoned. So on the top here is the LYS, and then this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked. So the LYS might be a little dark. It seems to be oxidizing maybe a little too. I have been lately, when I buy face complexion products, leaning more towards a yellow undertone. So now I'm nervous. So this product is a serum foundation. It says it has hyaluronic acid, turmeric, and ashwagandha in it. First, I'm gonna use a damp beauty sponge. This is just the Beauty Bakery beauty sponge. All right, I'm just gonna pump it on the back here and spray. Although, going on, this looks like the right shade. And maybe using a sponge, I can shear it out a little bit more so it'll look that much more correct. As it is a serum foundation, I'm expecting it to be a little bit lighter coverage, a little bit more lightweight. I'm kind of interested in trying the Kat Von D foundation. They have that transfer proof. I think it is a serum foundation as well. Sorry, not Kat Von D, KVD Beauty. I've not tried much from that brand. I've never like sought it out. I like the aesthetic. I don't like Kat Von D, who I know is not affiliated with it anymore, and it's also a spendier brand for someone that works in education. That's a little bit more unrealistic. Okay, so that is one pump, like one coat on that side. The shade match actually works really well. I can just bring it down my neck. I am gonna go on with a little bit more just here and then towards my nose. It looks pretty nice. With a sponge, you're going to get lighter coverage. That's just the way that products typically work, especially if you're using a damp sponge. It's going to soak up a little bit of that product. I think that looks pretty nice. Looks like skin. I don't see a lot of coverage, but I don't have a lot to cover up right now. We're going to try brush on this side. That usually will give you more coverage, but sometimes, especially serum foundations or foundations that are more liquidy, might show brush strokes a little bit more. I'm just going to be using my usual Real Techniques buffing foundation brush, and then I'm taking about like a full pump. Not even, I never like push all the way down, maybe like a half pump to 3/4 pump, and dotting that over my skin. You can see, since it is serum-y, it's a little bit more liquidy, but it's not running down my face either. I think I lucked out with the shade match. Like I said, I was worried there for a little bit, but as it is a serum foundation, it'll sheer out a little bit more, and if I blend well enough, it won't be that big of an issue. Okay, so yeah, definitely getting more coverage with the brush. Underneath the foundation, I just have my normal skincare and then that Trader Joe's SPF on, but no primer. Just my everyday skin prep, the skin prep I would do if I weren't wearing any makeup at all. All right, I mean, I think definitely more coverage with the brush. I don't feel like I really need to go in with another pump there. It is a little dark for me. This will be a really good like late spring, summer shade for me. I'm just gonna take the beauty blender and kind of make sure it's blended out, the demarcation line there. Wow, yeah, I think that looks really healthy, really good. Let me read the claims of this serum foundation while I apply my concealer. So it has ashwagandha, otherwise known as Indian ginseng, which is a powerful herb to help combat skin stress and visible signs of aging. Then, like I said, it has hyaluronic acid, which is a powerhouse skincare ingredient. We know it does a lot of hydration, infuses the skin with intensive hydration. Turmeric, which provides antioxidant protection. And then it also has avocado oil, which helps to retain the skin's moisture for the appearance of a revitalized and firmer looking complexion while providing antioxidant benefits. All right, so cool. Next up, we are going to use their cream bronzer. It's interesting to me that they would release both a powder and a cream bronzer. I don't know, I feel like maybe they could have done a cream contour stick, which I know that's probably what I'm going to use this for, the cream bronzer for instead. The bronzers I have in both the same shade is Motivate, which is the lightest one. I do want to swatch these on my hand though, just to see how I feel about using it. So there's the cream bronzer and then the powder bronzer. I'm going to swatch both of these on the back of my hand. They should be the same color in theory, but I want to see if one is maybe cooler than the other and I would feel better about using it as a contour. No. I have not worn bronzer regularly in a really long time. There's the powder version and then there's the cream version. So the cream is obviously much more concentrated in color. I want to try maybe contouring my nose a little bit and the hollows of my cheeks and doing a little bit up here without getting too carried away. It is the middle of winter in Minnesota, so I don't want to look too warm on the face and fake. I've made that mistake before because from the neck down I'm pale as fuck, and so I don't want to look like Oompa Loompa not even out. How do I want to go about this? I think I am just gonna at least like here. Oh, that it's super creamy, holy crap. Do a little bit there. I did not mean to get that close to my hairline. And then I'm gonna take a brush for my nose, but I am gonna do maybe a little bit right there. I don't want to go too overboard. I don't know how blendable this is. And then I'm just going to take the Essence Makeup Buffer brush. It's a flat top kind of kabuki brush. We'll see. Oh boy, is that dry? The shape is pretty useful, I think, because it's got a lot of points to it. You can be pretty precise, but you can also cover a big area because it's so creamy. This feels weird. I haven't looked this pan, if you will, in a long time, so maybe I'll go over that with what makeup's left on my sponge. Yeah, because I would not use this as a contour. That was my mistake though. It's not made to be a contour. It is a bronzer, and so it's doing what it said it's gonna do, which is bronze. But I probably still will put a little bit on my nose. Seems to be blending out pretty easily. It blends quite a bit though, so you do not need a lot of product, which is hard because it is so soft. So like I said, I'll go over this with my sponge just to soften the edges and make it so it's not so obvious that I'm orange. That being said, this does look like a pretty shade for my skin tone within using it in Reason, because I definitely put way too much on this side here, but I can clean that up with foundation and concealer again. Don't do what I did. Only use a little bit. I'm just gonna go over that no additional product with the sponge. And then I think I'm gonna go in with the brush on the product for my nose, not instead of just using the product directly. Yeah, that was a good idea. Much too warm for contour. I don't think I like that on my nose. I might cover most of that up. So a lot of that was my fault. I'm worried I'm gonna look a little bit too orange or artificial when I go out in public, but we're fine. So I don't really feel like I need to add more powder bronzer on top of it. We'll see how I feel after I powder my face. I'm just gonna go in with a little dotting of my same concealer, the e.l.f. 16-Hour Wear Camo Concealer, just to kind of undercut my jaw a little bit more and clean up the excess. Okay, I think that looks good. So the bronzer, again, as this is a skincare infused kind of makeup line, the cream bronzer is infused with green tea extract, watermelon seed extract, and rosehip oil, which I use rosehip oil on my face every day at night. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Aim High liquid highlighter in the shade Brave, which is also their lightest shade. It's a champagne tone. So here it is. It looks warm, but I think in the correct dosage, if you will, it'll look pretty good. I'm gonna swatch it on my hand. Oh, all right, I was gonna swatch it, but we're just gonna use what I squeezed out on my hand. That came out fast. That's what she said. So I've got a dot there, and then I'm also going to blend out a streak. Yeah, this looks pretty dark for my shade, and this is the lightest highlighter, if you will, that they have. Liquid format, at least. They have a powder one that's technically in the same shade, but powder tends to be a little bit lighter because it's not so opaque. I'm gonna very lightly, and maybe wipe off a bit of excess, go in with my highlighter brush. Yeah, that is potent. This might be a little too dark for me. And like I said, this is their lightest shade. I'm literally using the teeniest, tiniest amount. And then I'm going to be putting it kind of all over on my nose and then my orbital socket where I've been putting highlighter lately. It feels like it's going on my skin, like my brush is damp, but I don't see a lot coming off, which is maybe a good thing because like I said, this is their lightest shade and it's still pretty dark, which is fine. Like I need to experience that as well, not having my perfect shade match, being a person that products have predominantly been made and sold for. Let's put a little bit here and there. Obviously, if you went in with a more precise brush, it would be a little bit more intense. I'm enjoying the way that it looks right now. I've actually used up all that product on my hand. Granted, I've buffed it in quite a bit. My hope is that it doesn't leave a cast because it is so dark, if you will. That was a lot more natural looking than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot more glittery just with the way that it looked so concentrated in the thing there, but I think that looks really healthy and natural. Dang. Wow. So far, I'm really impressed. Next up and last cream product is their Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush. This is in the shade Confident. Like I said, I like a little bit more of a darker, berry toned blush. I forgot what shade it looked like until I opened it. This is gorgeous. Holy. I'm gonna give this a swatch on my hand too, just to also see how pigmented it is. Oh, that's buttery. Oh, baby, that looks like that's gonna be pigmented, so we have to be careful there. Oh, that is a gorgeous shade. I love this kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, shade. It's kind of a weird swatch angle. You can see a lot of the highlighter buffed into my hand there. So I have a couple options for brushes. I'm gonna try using the brush that I always use for cream blush, good God, which is the Real Techniques sculpting brush. It just looks like this. And like I said, this looked pretty pigmented, so I might pick some up on it and then buff it into my hand a little bit before I go straight into my face. We'll see how much it picks up. Yeah, that's pigmented. I'm glad I dabbed it on my hand first. I say as I go directly back into the product. Yeah, I like I'm tapping. I'm not even swiping or anything. I'm just tapping and look at all that color payoff I get. It's hard for me to wear blush and bronzer, especially as both cream products, because oftentimes where I put my bronzer is where I also put my blush instead, because like I said, I don't normally wear bronzer. And so I hope I'm not making it look super muddy. I don't think I am. Yeah, I don't know. That highlighter looks a lot more natural than I thought it was going to. Everything's giving my skin such a healthy flush. I might build up a little bit more of that highlighter on top now though, just because I've really gone over it quite a bit with other products. But wow, my skin looks amazing. Wow. This does look like it's kind of emphasizing a little bit of my pores. So I could use, like I said, a pore filling primer or a smoothing primer. Not a big deal. It's more so about the longevity of the product. I'm just gonna tone down a little bit of what's on my face with the beauty sponge. Okay, and I think I'm gonna go in a little bit more with some more highlighter. So pretty. Okay, but yeah, you can see I'm looking so much more tanned and put together on my face than the rest of my body. The shades are a little dark. I'm thinking I applied too much of that bronzer, but hopefully the powder I put on top will help everything kind of mesh together and cover it up and blend it all up a little bit. So this is it with all the cream products unset. I am going to go in and set my under eyes and the entirety of my face, of course, with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder under the eyes, and then the e.l.f. HD Powder and Soft Luminance everywhere else. So the blush is infused with kaolin clay, I never know how to say that, I think it's kaolin, avocado oil, and vitamin E. Okay, so here is everything powdered before I've sprayed it with setting spray. I think the foundation is oxidizing a little bit. It does look a little bit more orange than it had started with. Part of that might be my fault for picking a different shade than they recommended. But this will be a lot better of a skin tone match, maybe closer to summer. But my skin looks really healthy, I think. I can go over some places that I feel like it looks too orange with my Banana Bright powder, but I think this looks really healthy. That highlighter is a lot more natural than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to quick slap on some eyebrows, mascara, eyeshadow, not in that order. That's not what we're here for today, but that is what is going to go on my face. The last step that we will apply will be the lip gloss that they have. All right, so since you last saw me, I just slapped on my eye makeup. I sprayed my face with the Pacifica Cherry Matte Setting Spray. Eyebrows are e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. Primed eyelids with the NYX Ultimate Eye Primer. Eyeshadow is the ColourPop Off Melrose palette. I used the 2 shades on the list and Fairfax. Inner corner highlighter, of course, is Kush by ColourPop. Eyeliner, e.l.f. Precision Liquid Eyeliner. And then mascara was, of course, the CoverGirl Waterproof Exhibitionist Mascara. The final product I have to test today from LYS is their Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oil. I think there is only a couple shades in this product. This kind of product is perfect for me. I don't wear lipstick, I don't wear lip liner. I just don't like the shape of my lips. I think if I were to get like kind of any procedures done on my face, I would maybe want to do like a lip lift or a lip fill. Personal preference, you know. I know I don't need it. It's something that maybe would make me feel better, but whatever. So this kind of product is perfect. It's a shiny, nourishing, has some tint to it, lip gloss oil. And since it's winter, I could use as much nourishment as possible, so this is even more perfect. This has sunflower, carrot, almond, and macadamia nut oils, cold processed chia seed oil, and vitamin E in it. So, woo! So yeah, final step, just apply some of this. Nothing else is on my lips. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes much more sense. It's a pull off because it can't twist a triangle, I guess. Interesting applicator. I know they're trying to stick with the triangular theme. Kind of nice though, having that point to get into the corners of your mouth. I don't really detect a smell or a taste, which is fine, but it feels thick without being sticky, and it gives a nice shine. Not really much glitter to it overall. It feels really nice. Here's the finished look with the products that are all new to me. Like I said, you know, I would probably use the cream bronzer a little differently, if at all, at this time of year. And the foundation has oxidized about half a shade. So just keep that in mind if you're looking into buying this product. It's just now past 1:30, but we'll call check-in time about 1:10 maybe is when I finished the face. And we'll see how it wears from here on out. I'll try to get different light settings too, so you can see it in multiple perspectives. But now it's time to go to IKEA if you want to come with. I realized I never did this in bathroom lighting, but it is about, I'm looking at a watch that doesn't exist. It is about 7:20 now, so I've had this on for at least 6 hours. I have absolutely no complaints. The one thing that did happen is I do have a line right there and some wear, but that's pretty normal for me. I almost always get a line right there. It's just the way that my face moves, whatever. But I have been super impressed with this makeup. I think it looks amazing. The highlighter, there's not much left of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try building it up next time. And I think next time that I wear this foundation, I'll try doing some pore filling here and then maybe the gripping primer there for longevity. But I am super happy. I really like this. I think I'm gonna end check-ins here. It's been about 6 hours. I'm excited to use these products again. My boyfriend did say when he saw my face that it looked like I was doing something different with my makeup, and I told him I put bronzer on, which I never usually do. So he noticed it, but he said it looked really nice. So there's that. I am gonna go back to drinking some wine and editing. As you saw, I am currently editing while you're watching this. It's kind of a weird time paradox thing there, but that's what's bringing me joy, so I'm gonna go do it. Also, side note, but look how stinking cute these macarons my bestie made. That wasn't the best one. They got a little crunched in there. That was my bad, but they're delicious. Made these by hand. Adorable. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Kind of random, but as related to earlier in this video, comment below if you have a favorite shape. I know it's kind of a weird question, but I feel like a lot of people have specific feelings towards a specific shape that you just don't think about daily, you know? I don't know if that's a weird question. Like I said, my favorite is a hexagon, but that's just me personally. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I would really appreciate that. I would like these videos to reach more people so we can grow our community here on YouTube. And as always, I hope you guys are able to treat yourself with the same kindness that you so easily give to others. Thanks, guys. Bye. Ladle. Okay, yeah, it is working. I don't know why that's become the sound that I use to, let's see if my audio is still recording. Hello, my goobs. Cream. I have a coupon. Good Lord. Is contour. Good God. Oh, they have mirrors. That's awesome. Oh, that's hot. That was way too much. Holy fuck. It's like playing that game at the arcade where you're trying to scoop coins somewhere. Earthquake! Timed that perfectly. Excuse me. I'll try to get different light settings. It's a good thing I'm an interpreter because I have adept hands. Holy fuck. And then I'm gonna drop something. Cool. Okay, sweet. All right, see you later. Bye.